I miss farting. I can't do it anymore. I can't achieve a fart. I'm on a carnivore diet. I have no fiber. The microbiome screams at me saying, come on, for old time's sake. I refuse. We eat a carnivore diet. Here's what I eat an entire week. I film myself every single day of what I eat, and then we just roll the episodes out.
I love your colon, girl. It's my world. I will never make a sound.
So this will be a strange week. I went to Ottawa for Christmas, so 3 of these days were before I left. Then I did a What I Eat in Ottawa video that I've already released, and now we're picking it back up on the day I returned. And in typical vegetable police fashion, I've already changed my diet from this irrelevant information you're about to witness. Day 1, I had a raw steak. Here's the deal. I tried cooking this chuck roast, and it was not working. It was so chewy. I was like, I don't know how to do this in the air fryer. So I just decided to eat it raw that day. I had raw steak, raw lamb fat. I also had some cod liver oil that day, which y'all have scared me away from. Thanks for everything. I did not know that guy who wrote the tooth decay book died of like a brain tumor from cod liver oil, most likely. And all the Weston A. Price people are dropping dead. And they're all like, oh, cod liver oil. It's probably an Illuminati supplement meant to kill us. And they're like, oh, this is so good. And there's something in cod livers, especially the oil concentrates it, that just kills mankind off. So no longer will I be having that. Thank you for saving me from the brain tumor. Although that brain tumor might have made me funnier. You're missing out on the brain tumor jokes. That's your fault. And no, I don't feel right eating raw meat. I want to. But the raw vegan hippie me inside is like, of course, don't cook the food. But I get stomach cramps from the raw meat. I can't digest it. Everyone says it's easier to digest. It's harder and it hurts. So like I'll transition slowly and maybe I'll adapt and then eventually we become raw meaters. But like not now. It hurts. Day 2, I had a bit of this chuck steak left over and I decided to pressure cook it. So I bought a cow tongue, pressure cooked that and the chuck steak for an hour and a half. That actually started to be a little tender. So I don't understand the chuck steak. I thought it was a ribeye that you can just sear and then boom, you're eating it, but it's so chewy. It's more like a roast that you have to long, slow cook, either pressure cook or roast it. So like we figured that out, finally, no help to you. So we had the chuck steak and tongue pressure cooked with 2 duck eggs fried in some beef tallow. Had some cod liver oil that day for some reason. No more. It was a strange day. We had some leftover cow tongue there. That little thing in the corner is a beef kidney, raw. We'll get to that. And then some Korean short ribs that I pressure cooked. Had a couple eggs. Those might have been the last eggs of my life for now. And a little bit of raw lamb fat. It tastes like a candle, but maybe slightly sweeter than a candle might taste. Similar texture. It's okay. I don't mind it. So the raw kidney, apparently the kidney is high in that DAO enzyme that helps break down histamines. I feel like I could be reacting to histamines because I get itchy sometimes and still have skin issues. I'm trying to figure out if that's a histamine thing. So I'm just having a bit of kidney with the food to hopefully break down the histamines in advance of them entering my body. They're gross, though. That's the problem. They taste like cow pee. I used to drink my own pee. It's worse. So day 4 was an interesting day because I was in Ottawa leaving to come home, so I fasted all day. And that bus trip, it took us like 4 hours to get from Ottawa to Scarborough, and then another 2 hours in traffic to get, oh my goodness. So like I wasn't home until like 6:30ish. I like eating at 2. That was late. So like I didn't know what I was gonna eat. Like I wanted something quick, but I did not want to buy like a rotisserie chicken. So I decided to cook some weird stuff. I looked in my freezer and I barely had what I thought I did. So I was just like cooking one piece of fish at a time, hoping that I could start eating soon and then cook the next one. And so I didn't even film it. I completely forgot, but it was like a piece of sockeye salmon, a piece of trout, another piece of beef heart, mixed with some beef suet raw, and sauerkraut. A plant makes its first appearance of the week, and a little bit of can of salmon and sardines. It was a lot of fish, a fish heavy night, but we did it. I was like, damn, I should have shopped before I came back. It was a weird night, but I lived. Day 5, I pressure cooked a beef brisket. I added some beef kidney for some reason, and we got the E3 live. He's so vegan right now. That just helps my brain so much. I notice it, and I love it. Now, one of you carnivore chefs help me. I make this brisket. For the most part, it was quite good. Pressure cooked for like an hour and a half, but like the meaty parts are still kind of rough and chewy and dry. What am I doing wrong to get it moist and soft, the fall off the bone type of thing that a brisket should be eventually? Is pressure cooking a lie? I don't know if I have to cook it longer or if I overcooked it and dried it out. What did I do? Did I over or under? Let me know down below. So I had the beef brisket. I air fried some grass-fed liver. I'm aware that that was probably a stupid thing to do. I had flax oil still, which I have since removed. I'm weird, man. Like, I do not know if vitamin A is a vitamin or a toxin still. We're still debating that one. So sometimes I feel like, should I have some liver? It tastes bad. It's not like it's great. It's like, why would it be good? It could be a toxin. But everybody in the skincare industry is like, vitamin A, you'll get the best skin ever. What is the truth? I will find it. I don't know what it is now, but whatever. I had a couple bites of it raw, but it was much better air fried, the liver. At least it was tolerable with some salt. Day 6, I air fried a giant piece of organic salmon. Usually I only buy wild salmon, but I figured I saw some organic. I was like, could that be good? Probably not, because it's farmed. I prefer the wild sockeye salmon if I'm gonna eat fish. So we had some leftover beef brisket still, a little bit of kidney, a little bit of suet, and I did have some sauerkraut that day. These are things that I'm slowly phasing out of my diet. No more cod liver oil, flax oil, sauerkraut, eggs. These are things I was eating that week, but we're going more and more strict towards a lamb-only diet. That is the goal here for like a year straight. Just strictness and healing. And that's what's gonna happen in my body. Okay, final day here. I decided to undertake my biggest challenge, and that was buying an entire lamb leg and roasting it. So I bought the thing. It was giant. I was like, I can't even fit that in my pressure cooker. How do you cook these things? So I'm looking up carnivore recipes, and I saw Ferrigno Freedom had a lamb leg roast, and he was like, I couldn't believe how good it was. Let's replicate it. So like he did a bunch of stuff. He's scoring the fat, salt in there, melted butter over top, roasting it for a long time. I was about to replicate his recipe, but then I scrolled down in the comment section, and we saw our good old friend, Dakini Woman. I've seen her comment on my channel many times. She's a carnivore, she's thriving, and she's like, I'm famous for my lamb legs. You never want to cut the fat. This is what you do, 250 degrees, 4 hours, you cover it. And I was like, I trust you. I love you. I know you're the truth. So it was like, I went with her method instead. Gotta tell you, it was good. It was tender and good. So like I roasted it for 250, 4 hours, and then I broiled it for 10 minutes to get a little extra flavor or crisp factor, whatever I did. I will not do again because I just feel like you're creating unnecessary toxins just for more pleasure. That's not right. So for the most part, it was very tender and juicy, but still like the leanest parts of the leg are still kind of dry. And I wonder, did I overcook it? Did I undercook it? I still don't know. So we have to experiment, and my oven was a little hot. I put it at 250, that was more like 290. I was like, uh-oh, turn it down. So like we're experimenting, but thank you, Dakini Woman. We did it. So we had that roast lamb leg, a bit of beef liver that were leftovers, a bit of salmon that was still left over, a little kidney, a little bit of beef suet. I ate all that stuff first and then ate as much of the leg as I felt like eating. And then next week, we might have leftover lamb leg to start the episode. Wow. So interesting week. You can see I'm moving slowly towards just using up all the salmon and beef in my fridge. The eggs are gone. Flax oil is done for. Cod liver oil in the garbage. We're good. I think it's good. I already feel the benefits happening. My skin does feel nicer. Don't pretend it doesn't. So let me know your meat cooking tips. Lamb cooking mostly, because that's what I'm leaning towards. So you give me your lamb tips down below after you thumb up the video, of course. Thumbs down if you're spraying your steak with mosquito repellent. Sure, it gives a citrus hint and it keeps the parasites away, but how do you know parasites don't help you become a better man for your family? If you can overcome a parasite, what couldn't you overcome? Nothing. So, well done to you. That's what I eat in a week. And it changes. I've already filmed the next week. And I'm working on the third week. So, you'll catch up eventually. I'll leave. You subscribing for more videos and I'll see you in the next one.